Okay, persistent pineapples, this is the start of our reading. This is our learning intention. In this unit, we will practice the characteristics of a good reader by exploring different genres. Today, we are reading the fiction book, Born to Read, and the characteristics that we're going to talk about is making connections. Hi, persistent pineapples. I hope you're well. I hope today you enjoyed our book, The Bubblegum Brain, because that is a wonderful book to explain to you about what it means to be a learner, what a learner looks like, what a learner does. Well, right now is our reading time. So I'm in our reading area where you will sit and listen to me read a story. And the story that we're going to read today is called Born to Read by Julie Sierra. She wrote the words, and the pictures are by Mark Brown. Miss Em already has a connection with Mark Brown, because if any of you have watched the show Arthur, you know that Mark Brown is the creator of Arthur. Well, he drew the pictures in this book. I've got some really cool vocabulary words I want you to learn, and I want you to be listening for these words when I'm reading the book out loud. And these are great learner words. You're going to need these in order to be a great learner. The first word is concentration. What does it mean to concentrate? Well, Miss M wrote the definition on top. It says ability to focus and imagine. It demands effort and energy, and that's very true. So when you're doing your schoolwork or you're listening to me read a story out loud, it takes concentration. It takes focus to say, talk to your brain. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to listen. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm going to focus on the teacher. The other word I want you to hear as I'm reading is this word, motivation. This is a huge word for the rest of your life. Miss M still works on being motivated. We all do. It says it's the thing inside us that helps us want to do things, even when they are hard. So in order to feel motivated, you have to really want something. So I'm hoping that you all feel very motivated to learn to read. So this word, I want you to be listening to these two words, concentration and motivation. Okay, they both have that shun at the end. Let me put them here. All right, let's start with our book, Born to Read. Today, we're going to be focusing on making connections. Do you have any connections? I want you to be thinking if you have any connections to anything about this little boy as I read this story to you. This must be the city he lives in, the town. In the town of Sunny Skies, a tiny baby blinked his eyes at dragons dancing overhead and letters painted on his bed. That's me, he thought. My name is Sam. I'm born to read. I know I am. Now, I already heard some rhyming words in this story. I also see our Letterland word of Sam, the Am family. Do you see the word am? I have a connection there. So as good readers, we make connections as we read. So I already have a connection to Letterland, Sam, and I'm also hearing rhyming words. I'm hearing in the town of Sunny Skies, a tiny baby blinked his eyes. Do you hear that? Skies, eyes. At dragons dancing overhead and letters painted on his bed. That's me, thought. My name is Sam. I'm born to read. I know I am. So am and Sam and bed and overhead. They have the same ending sound, and that's a rhyming. I want you to listen for those sometimes. You'll hear them. Sam flashed his mom a hopeful look. She opened up a picture book. Then another, then another, then another, then another. Such a perfect, patient mother. You hear the rhyming? So he loves to read, and his mother's reading over and over to him. Sam became a reading star. He helped his papa drive the car. He's reading the sign, stop, no U-turn. He helped his sisters do their chores. Please mop the floor, love Mom. He helped himself at grocery stores. He has a box of lollipops. Once, when Sam was almost 4, His knees turned green, his thumbs got sore. His cheeks were flecked with yellow spots. They rushed him off to Dr. Potts, who cried, "It's Martian mustardation! You will need an operation." Sam asked, "Is that necessary? Let me see that dictionary. Here's a better diagnosis. Harmless preschool Play-Doh-osis." That means he went to preschool and he stuck Play-Doh all over his face. That's pretty funny. Sam read in bed and in the hall and in the tub and at the mall. He read while playing basketball. Ball and mall. I'm hearing them, are you? Pizza Palace, yum. Passing by the pizza place, Sam spied a poster, cycle race. Cycle race. Oh, this is pizza place. Miss M, I think it said palace. Right away, his head was spinning, filled with thrilling dreams of winning. Spinning and winning. So see, it helps to read. He's reading street signs. He's reading poster signs of things he wants to do. Sam read books on motivation, concentration, muscle action, getting traction. There's those words. I like them because they're learner words. So Sam read books on motivation. See that word? Concentration. My lights just went out. Good nutrition, grand ambition, playing fair, and bike repair. So he's reading to learn. Why do you think he's reading about bike repair, ambition, nutrition, motivation, concentration, muscle action, and getting traction? Why do you think he's reading the books on that? Let's go back. Because what does he want to win? A cycle race, a bicycle race. So he's going to learn as much as he can about how to focus, how to eat well so he can be stronger, and bike repair in case something happens to his bike. That's smart cookie. On Saturday at 9:30, as Sam approached the starting line, all the racers roared with laughter. They would not be laughing after Sam took off at lightning speed and sprinted to an early lead. Uphill, downhill, like a rocket, stopping once to fix a sprocket. When the pack was lost from view, Sam paused to read a poem or two, popping a wheelie just for fun, and finished up as number 1. Here's my secret, Sam decreed. I love this. Readers win and winners read. So, did you see that? Did you hear that? Readers win and winners read. You will learn so much, boys and girls, when you're always reading. We're just going to stop there. The next half of the book I'm going to read tomorrow and finish it. What do you think will happen next? I want you to think about that. Did you have any connections? Miss M did, because George and Tommy loved to read, but mostly George. And I could not put enough books in his crib so that, to make him happy. Because every time he'd wake up, he could sit in his crib and look at all his board books. So I have a connection on the crib pages. You see these pages, and there's all these board books inside his crib? That is my connection. I want to know, do you have any connections to anything that was read? Maybe you read a book that's already in here. Maybe you have a connection where you're already reading signs with your parents, or you're at the grocery store helping, or you're doing chores. Where do you have a connection as in your life? That's what I want you to be working on. And I'm going to be showing you how I draw a picture of what I have a connection to, and then the picture of that's in the book. You could take a picture of the picture in the book and then draw yourself as the connection. That will be next. I wish you well. Remember that readers make connections, and that's one of the reasons I love to read, because I like to read about things I don't know about, and I like to read about things I already know about, and I love to learn. I hope you do too. I wish you well. So remember, Miss M's connection was of this page here, where Tommy and George would line their cribs, or I would line their cribs with board books because they loved to read, and when they woke up, they would be reading. So Miss M drew a picture here. I tried. It's kind of hard to draw for Miss M, but we're persistent. And there's Miss M. And there's Tommy and George in the same crib, and they're reading their board books. That's my connection. What is your connection? Remember to add details to your picture. So Miss M will take her crayons. Let's find a brown, because my hair's kind of like brown and blonde. Maybe I'll do that, and I'll do some yellow in there, okay? And then I have to think, what color shirt do I want to have on? Well, I think I'll have my blue jeans on. So I'll take this and I'll start coloring. When I color, I kind of outline what I want to color. It helps me stay in the lines. So if I outline, then I can go back and just color lightly. We don't want to press down too hard. That might break the crayons, and we want to have our crayons last. So I do very short up and down or side to side strokes as I color, because I really want to add some nice details to my picture. So I've got a blue shirt on. I was going to say blue jeans, but I think I'll just say a blue shirt, because we're using our creativity. We're concentrating and using our motivation to do this project. And maybe I have brown pants on. So what I do is to really show off the pockets. It's hard for me to do this and hold this, so bear with me. I do the pockets darker, and then I'll outline the pants, kind of pressing down hard. Can you see what I'm doing? So that when I color, I'll just color lightly. And that way you can see the pockets of what I'm coloring. So you get the idea. Just add lots of color, add lots of detail to your picture, and then you can take a picture of it and upload it to Seesaw. Have fun with that.